Mukbang Podcast.
Just Chris, Mukbang Podcast, man. Luka AD trade, man. The worst trade in NBA history, man. The worst trade in NBA history. Luka traded for AD. Luka going to the Lakers. AD, Anthony Davis, is going to the Mavericks. This is the worst trade in NBA history. The worst. The worst trade in NBA history. It doesn't make any sense. I had to call my partner, man. I had to call my fam and tell him the bad news that his boy was being traded. He couldn't believe it. He ain't even heard the news at the time. This is like 11 o'clock in the morning Sunday. He's a big Dallas Mavericks fan. Dirk. Then they get Luka. Like I said, man, my hometown, Atlanta, man, Atlanta Hawks, man, they looking crazy right now because they actually drafted Luka and traded him for Trae Young. Just for the Dallas Mavericks down the line to trade Luka. This is the worst trade in NBA history. And this is a clear sign that owners, GMs are taking control back of the league. So all the superstars like LaMelo Ball already mad that he ain't make the All-Star game, All-Star team, putting up great numbers. This is a sign that the league, and they're already dipping in views. People are mad about the All-Star weekend, and you pull this trade. The NBA is the NBA is about to go through a dark stage right now. It's about to it's upsetting fans. Even if you're not even a Luka fan, even if you're not a Dallas Mavericks fan, what does this say about the league? What does this say about these players, man? You know, you wouldn't. This is like Chicago trading Michael Jordan after 6 years or 5 years for James Worthy. You know, if the Bulls called the Lakers and said, we done with this Michael Jordan experiment, we want to get rid of him, calling the Lakers and saying we want to trade Michael for James Worthy. Now, would the Lakers do it at that time? Maybe they would. What this says is that the owners, the GMs are taking control of the league back. They tired of the Kevin Durant's changing teams. They tired of players like Jimmy Butler wanting trades. They're taking back control. And what's so sad about it is that Luka is the experiment. He's the experiment, and he's the casualty because you do not trade a franchise player. You do not trade Kobe. You do not trade Michael. You do not trade Magic Johnson. You do not trade Larry Bird. You just don't do that. You don't trade a Shaquille O'Neal in his prime. You just don't do that. And what the Mavericks have did, if I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, if I'm a ticket buyer, a jersey buyer, like, this is crazy. This is upsetting. This is, I mean, the NBA really has done it this time. People are saying Mark Cuban is not, the owner like that no more. He's what they say, a minority share owner. He doesn't. He's not the old Mark Cuban that's at the games. Mark Cuban would have never approved of this. Mark Cuban would have never allowed this to go down. And they did it once he was, not really up out of there, but he took a step down. They did this behind his back. He would have never approved of this. He would have never traded Luka, just like he would have never traded Dirk. This is upsetting as an NBA fan. These guys, they work hard. They superstars for a reason. And for you to trade Luka for AD, who's injury prone, like Gilbert Arenas just said, I just heard him say, call AD Bambi legs. Like, you don't do nothing like this. You don't do nothing like this, man. This is upsetting. This is a shocker. This is the worst trade in NBA history. Fans all over is like, what? I mean, is the NBA doing this for ratings? Are they doing this? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You never trade a franchise player and they just did it. They want to talk about conditioning. It's not like Luka is Zion. Like, don't compare him to Zion. Like, that's what they trying to do right now to me. It's like they're comparing Luka to Zion or something. He's out of shape. He's this and that. He might be out of shape, but Joker ain't got the right shape either. He's still balling. You know, these overseas players, they can gain weight and still ball. Not like the Americans. When the Americans are out of shape, they out of shape. The overseas players, they can gain weight and still ball. I remember Sabonis was with Portland back in the day. He was still balling. He still had the footwork. These guys know how to play overweight. They just know how to do it. And to me, this is crazy. They got Kyrie. They got Clay. Next thing you know, they ship Luka up out of there, man. This is sad. This is real sad. This is the worst trade in NBA history. I don't understand it. And it's going to be fun to see, fun to watch. They say LeBron was shocked. They say LeBron was having dinner and he was just shocked. And for me, for LeBron, man, just go ahead and waive that no trade, man, and get up out of there, man. Go to Golden State, man. Chase a last ring. Get with Steph. Get up out of there. Just get up out of there. It's a joke at this point. It's a joke at this point. The Lakers is a joke. You won a title there. You bring them back to relevancy. Just get up out of there, man. Just get up out of there. I know your son there, but man, if I'm LeBron, I'm like, man, I'm gone. I'm up out of here. I'm up out of there. And they just, the owners, the GMs, they just trying to flex their power right now. They trying to send a clear message to these stars, these superstars in the league, that y'all don't run nothing. We're not paying y'all nothing. Y'all don't mean nothing. And it's sad that Luka had to be the casualty. It's sad because you don't hear Luka talking. You don't hear Luka saying nothing. So a lot of people saying behind the scenes it had to be something, but you don't hear Luka saying nothing. You know, he's not haven't heard nothing about him being a bad locker room guy or anything like that. Now you trade him, and it's like, man, like, wow, these dudes really don't mean nothing to these organizations. They don't mean nothing to this league. And for you to trade an all-star like Luka, oh my God, it's a clear signal. It's a clear signal. It's a clear signal that it is a new day in the NBA, and we don't care. You got LaMelo Ball, got his own shoe. He's a superstar. Fans want to see him in the All-Star game. Can't even see LaMelo in the All-Star game. Is it a grudge against the Ball family? Don't know. You got LiAngelo Ball with the #1 rap record in the country right now. You can't stop that Ball family, man. And, I mean, it's sad. I don't even know what LaMelo going to do, but he need to do something. He need to team up with his brother. Need to team up with Zion. I always said Lonzo and Zion need to go to Charlotte. But right now, man, the NBA is looking like a joke. You know, De'Aaron Fox is with the Spurs, and Zach LaVine done went to Sacramento. These dudes don't mean, to be a superstar in the NBA right now does not mean nothing. It don't mean a can of beans to be a superstar. You can't even make the All-Star team. Having your own signature shoe don't mean nothing. Being an all-team NBA doesn't mean nothing. Going to the NBA Finals don't mean nothing. It just don't mean nothing. And they wonder why these dudes don't want to participate in the dunk contest. They wonder why these dudes are just money hungry. Because to these owners, to these GMs, these dudes don't mean nothing. They just a name on the back of a jersey. They just get ticket sales for them. They just generate money for the team, for the owners. They don't mean nothing. So in the comments down below, y'all tell me how y'all feel about this Luka AD trade. Is it the worst trade in NBA history? To me, it is. And I'm out.
Appreciate that new sub. W Just Chris with the new sub. I appreciate that so much, man. He made that shit.
Thank you, Chris. That's good.